Food by Faith Garden to Table, and welcome to my backyard. I hope you guys can hear me. Today we are going to plant out the rest of our onions that we got from Dixondale Farms. I hate to walk in my bed because when you walk in your bed it compacts the soil. But these are the rest of the onions that I got from Dixondale Farms. The other onions, I got a bunch of super sweet, Texas super sweets, and then I got a sampler pack. Again, Dixondale Farms always sends you like an informational telling you how to plant and when to plant and what not to do with the onions once you receive them. Guys, I just jumped right in there. Hey guys, if you are new here, thank you, welcome. I am Shaka Faith Thompson, a Zone 8A Georgia gardener. And right now, Georgia is really hitting that fall weather. But I wanted to come and bring you guys along as I planted these onions, but I also wanted to have a bit of a conversation as we plant the onions. So I'm gonna bring you in just a little bit closer. Hopefully you don't fall. But, whoa. And I'm not editing that out, y'all. Y'all almost bust my behind. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today as we planted these onions is about content creating and YouTube in general. Because when I first got on YouTube, the reason for me being on YouTube mainly was because I felt like I had something that I could share. I felt like I wanted to be a part of a community of people who had something to share. I enjoy cooking from the garden to the table, and so I wanted to showcase that. I had watched so many YouTube videos, and not saying, you know, anyone's doing anything wrong, because what you do in your house is your house. But many people after the pandemic, they were growing just to be growing, and they had no real idea of why they were growing. They had no real idea of what they were going to do with the items that they had grown. So because I always have all these different ideas floating around in my head, I said, well, maybe I could take that to YouTube. I had been on YouTube many years before. That was heavy. I had been on YouTube many years before, and back then I was showcasing natural products. So I wanted to kind of share a different portion of my creative mind, and that's how I came to be. And I remember stumbling across Lead Farmer 73 way back when he used to teach you how to garden. He used to grow those huge red mustard greens in those buckets on his back porch. And then I stumbled across the New Orleans gardener, and she was one of the very first people that I came across who encouraged me to want others to like my page. I had been supporting a lot of YouTubers, and because of course it's free to like and subscribe, and I had mentioned to her that it didn't bother me that I'd only had a few subscribers. And she said to me, you know, no, it shouldn't bother you, but you should want people to support you just like you support them. And I thought about that, and I was like, she's right. Just as I come on and I support them, I'm in their lives, and, I am on their Instagram, I'm on their podcast. I would love for them to support me as well. And that's where this topic of conversation comes from today. And it is a very controversial topic, and it is to mention or not to mention. So what I mean by that is, guys, this compost that I'm using is called, I can't believe it's chicken manure compost, and the ingredients are agriculture crop residues, stalks, straw, leaves, wood ashes, sanders, dust, and chicken layer manure. It has total nitrogen of 0.75, phosphate 0.95, that's your P, and your K. Your potash is 0.30, and calcium is 2.5%. I really like using this. It works very well for my crops. But when I say to mention or not to mention, I have a big habit of, just like just now, talking about the New Orleans gardener. When I am on my videos, if someone has contributed something to me, I mention them. If someone has took the time out of their day, spent their 55 cents or their 60 cents to send me something in the mail, like Black's Tropical, they sent me some of their soap, her blue butterfly pea soap. I'm gonna mention it. I watch a lot of YouTubers, and again, what you do at your house is your house. I don't knock anybody, and I understand when you're in a live and you're not wanting to mention people who haven't even taken the time to grace your live. But say someone sends you a gift. I heard a YouTuber say that the reason why they don't mention the person's name when they send them a gift is because they don't want to give them their reward on earth. God will give them the reward in heaven. And yeah, to a certain extent, that is very true. But it is okay to say thank you and say their name. I understand if someone says that they want to be anonymous, but for you just to allow someone to bless you, and I just feel like it's okay to publicly appreciate someone. So I am a person who, I like to stay in the shadows, and I love to help as many people as I can help, but I don't do it very loudly. But once again, I'm going to mention the New Orleans gardener. So the other day I was on her live, and guys, you can see even after a few days, these are very healthy onion starts. But I was on her live the other day, and she was talking about the North Georgia Candy Roaster, which I'm super glad that so many people are getting into the habit of growing that vegetable, because it's awesome. But she also told someone that she felt confident telling them that I would assist them with a recipe. And that's very true. If they email me, if they see something on my page and they would like me to give them the recipe for it or break it down a little bit better for them, I will. And that meant a lot to me. Black's Tropical Homestead was the first people to always mention me on their channel. And she was doing it because we were friends, and we still are. But when she found out that I'd only had 50 subscribers, she said, oh, no. We have to do something about this. And then Stacy from Hands in the Dirt, him and Nikki, the OCD's chick, they begin to, you know, say my name on their channels. And I say all that to say this, guys, I don't understand the idea behind, and it's usually the channels that are huge, who have 20, 30,000 and up followers, who people send them free seeds. They send them seeds from other countries. They send them, and they just say, oh, I appreciate everyone for sending me things. Okay. But what's wrong with saying who sent it to you? You know, again, these are your supporters. These are people who take time out. Like I think about Andell, who is the moderator on so many different channels. And, you know, people mention her all the time, and her Tuesday, and how she really goes out of her way to be helpful to as many people as she can. Broke Farmer, now doing his late night, and he has Calvin the So Good Gardener, you know, and my best friend Charlie Beck on, you know, his live, and Growing Out the Box, who is our Q in the gardening world, where he's you know, teaching you the chemistry and the science behind growing, and GT Jr. and Mike's Chaotic Gardener, who, I mean, they are whizzes at the indoor gardening and hydroponics and aeroponics. Nikki the OCD's chick, who got me into loving hostas. I mean, I look at her hostas and I'm just in awe at how beautiful they are every year. And now I have about 7 in my garden. You know, the New Orleans gardener, who taught us all about pest pressure and using your onions and your garlic, and, you know, so I mention these people because I'm just so appreciative. You know, Sweet Tomato Vine, there is Sage and Stone Homestead, and, you know, I heard a young lady, she was on a live about a year ago, and it kind of blew my mind whenever she said, oh, I don't have time to watch other, and she didn't say it in a condescending way, but she laughed and she said, oh, I don't really have time to watch other channels. And I'd heard another homesteader say that, and when he said it, I understood, because he's a full-time farmer, and his hand is to the plow from sun up to sundown, so he don't have time to watch nothing, you know. But this young lady, just listening to her say how she didn't have time to watch other YouTubers, and not giving him a pass, but, you know, again, he don't have time to watch anything, let alone other YouTubers. And then he did mention just recently how he's, you know, working on trying to watch other YouTubers, but still, I mean, again, full-time farmer. And guys, as you can see here, I'm kind of just going down, I don't want to stick my finger up, but about 2 inches to my knuckle, and that's how far down I'm planting these. But, you know, just, you guys tell me, you know, in the comment section, please enlighten me and inform me on what your thoughts are pertaining to mention or not to mention. And I'm gonna get to planting these onions, and we'll be back as soon as I get done.